Imagine waking up to headlines so shocking they shake the foundations of Westminster. A prime minister who only months ago swept into Downing Street with promises of stability, now being whispered about as if his days are numbered. Calm on the outside, silent in the shadows, and, according to those closest to him, strangely at peace as his government faces one of its most critical tests. Something is happening at the heart of British politics, and tonight we uncover the truth. Reports now suggest that Sir Keir Starmer could resign as Prime Minister before he ever faces a leadership challenge. A breathtaking possibility, one that would have seemed unthinkable just weeks ago. But according to the Daily Mail, senior Labour figures have noticed a new, almost Zen-like calm surrounding Starmer. A calm that feels out of place given the scale of the crisis looming over next week's autumn budget. A budget that could make or break his premiership. But this story isn't just about numbers. It's about power, ambition, and the quiet maneuvers being made by those eyeing the throne. Inside the Labour Party, murmurs of revolt have turned into full conversations. Rising stars like Health Secretary Wes Streeting and Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood are now rumored to be positioning themselves for the top job. Meanwhile, Labour's once towering approval ratings have collapsed to a staggering low of 18%. And yet, Starmer appears almost unnervingly unfazed. One Labour backbencher told Daily Mail that the Prime Minister seemed very chilled, not at all like a man carrying the weight of a collapsing political project. Another said he didn't behave like someone expecting to stay in office for much longer. It's this contrast between crisis and calm that has sparked a wave of speculation inside Westminster. And then, something even stranger happened. According to England Now 7 reports, Starmer delivered an unusually emotional message about his son on International Men's Day, speaking openly about a strained relationship with his own father. Those close to him said this was completely out of character, almost valedictory, like a farewell from a man reflecting on legacy rather than preparing for battle. Is this a prime minister preparing to walk away? Because the pressure is rising, fast. As Labour's numbers sink and the autumn budget threatens a political firestorm, some insiders believe he could be forced out before Christmas. Others say May's local elections will be the perfect moment for a leadership coup. And amid all this uncertainty, Britain is watching. Will the autumn budget include tax rises so painful they trigger public outcry? Will the government abolish the two-child benefit cap, costing billions per year? Will spending cuts shake the country again? Every rumor, every headline, every leak is eroding confidence. Inside the party, inside government, and inside Downing Street itself. And now, a quick message. If you're following these political storms and want deeper investigations into Britain's shifting landscape, make sure you subscribe to England Now 7, hit like, and leave a comment telling us whether you believe Starmer can survive what's coming. Your support is the reason this channel continues to grow. Now, back to the story. The situation reached boiling point earlier this month when a number 10 insider briefed journalists that Wes Streeting was plotting a leadership bid. A direct accusation coming from the heart of the Prime Minister's own inner circle. Streeting publicly denied it, but the damage was done. Trust inside Labour's top ranks has cracked, and cracks in politics rarely heal. Starmer has publicly dismissed all talk of mutiny as wasted government time. But the reality is that the pressure is closing in from every direction. Polls at record lows, party discipline collapsing, constant briefing wars, and a budget next week that could define his fate. For a leader who promised stability, control, and grown-up politics, the scenes emerging from Westminster tell a very different story. One of uncertainty, vulnerability, and a government struggling to convince the public that it knows where it's going. So now we arrive at the crucial question. Is Sir Keir Starmer preparing to fight, or is he preparing to leave? Because if the rumors are true, if the calm is real, if the budget fails, If Labour's internal rivals see their moment, Britain could be on the verge of yet another change of leadership, another shock, another chapter in the political turbulence that has defined the past decade. As the budget approaches, the stakes couldn't be higher. If Starmer missteps, his leadership may not survive the aftermath. If he stabilizes the economy and unites his party, he may silence his critics, at least for now. But one thing is certain, Westminster is restless. The Labour Party is divided, and the Prime Minister's future has never looked more uncertain. This story is far from over, and the next few weeks could reshape Britain's political landscape once again. Sources: Daily Mail, England Now 7. And before you go, if you want more investigations, more analysis, and more breaking political stories from across the UK, don't forget to support England Now 7 by liking this video, subscribing, and sharing your thoughts below. Your engagement keeps this channel alive and ensures that stories like this one continue to be told.